Energy speaks louder than words. Put your thinkers on. How many times have you ignored that stomach turn just because someone said the right thing? We've been trained to trust words, even when energy screams otherwise. But if your body feels tension before a word is spoken, that's not confusion, that's wisdom. Here's what you'll take from this: how to read a person before they speak. And I'll show you a quick test right after my story. You ever notice how the smoothest talkers gets handed the most trust when their lives don't match the scripts they recite? But here's the real issue. Words can lie cleaner than almost anything else. That's the lie of words. You've seen it. The politician with the slogan sharper than truth itself, selling hope while dealing harm. Or the partner who repeats, "Trust me, I've changed," while their pattern says otherwise. Society trained us to prize those words when the energy underneath was already confessing the opposite. That training starts early. Think about it in school: speeches, stories at bedtime, even the way prayers get passed down. All of it builds the same association. Words mean truth, but words without alignment, that's performance, not presence. A smooth tone, a dramatic pause, a practiced delivery, suddenly a whole crowd feels moved, even when the one speaking has no intention of living out what they say. We've been conditioned to hear the sound and ignore the signal. The voice gets louder than the vibration, and performance drowns out presence every time. I learned that the hard way. Years back, I sat in the kitchen across from someone I trusted. The smell of coffee was heavy in the room. He leaned in, voice steady, eyes locked on to mine. "You can count on me always." And for that moment, I wanted to believe. The words had weight, but as he spoke, my chest tightened. His smile sat a little too long. His hands fidgeted under the table. I remember thinking, why does this feel off? Days later, when his actions unraveled everything he promised, that memory hit me like proof. My body had called it out first. My nervous system whispered the truth while my ears tried to stay loyal to the sound. That was the moment I stopped ignoring the quiet warning that rises before evidence even arrives. Science even backs this up. Trauma work shows your body flags danger before your head creates an explanation for it. I know I told you about that book before, The Body Keeps the Score. Talks about how the nervous system reacts instantly, long before the conscious mind can catch up. That's why you feel unease in your chest or stomach before you ever find the words. You lived it. A handshake that just feels off. A voice that sounds polished, but it still just feels wrong. A laugh that don't feel warm and genuine. That's reality. The body doesn't wait for language, it reacts and responds right now. And children, even animals, still carry that unfiltered instinct. A toddler might shrink back from the person everyone else greets with smiles. I mean, if a dog barks at a stranger in the room whose words sound nice, but whose energy doesn't match, they don't need logic or rhetoric. They feel the energy, or they feel the break in it. If they can sense it so raw, then what happened to us? And that brings us to the next truth. If words can lie, energy tells on you every single time because you felt it. Meeting someone before they even opened their mouth, you already be feeling like something odd, there's something off about them. Frequency exposes what language tries to cover. You can rehearse a perfect speech, copy the right hand movements, even fix your smile in the mirror. But the present, that leaks off you. Why? That's harder to hide. People feel what can't be staged. This is why, even with serial killers, let's bring Ted Bundy up for example. The ladies would say he's a charming, handsome guy, blah. But I remember I saw this one clip. Who was it? It was this YouTube short. It was Andrew Schultz and this other guy, or no, it was this guy on Joe Rogan, and he said that I can't remember, his sister's friend or somebody actually had an encounter with Ted Bundy, and they just said it was just something that just feels so eerie and off about the guy, even behind the smiles.
My mom had a friend, grew up in Utah. Maybe she's 18, 19 years old, goes on a date with a guy, and she's at the table with him, and she feels very like a ominous feeling looking at this man. And I can see like there's nothing behind his eyes, like there's just something that I don't like about this guy. She went to a payphone at the restaurant, called her brother, and was like, can you please come pick me up like immediately? And stayed in the bathroom until her brother was outside and went in the car and left. And she was like, I'm just creeped out by this guy. I can't explain it. This man had picked her up from her house. So the brother had a paper route. He's leaving the next morning at 5 a.m., sees some ruffling in the bushes. Crazy. Sees a guy running out of the bushes, says, holy shit, whatever, runs back in the house. Sister wakes up, says he was wearing like a beige jacket. She's like, that's the guy I was on a date with. He must have been like waiting for me, right? 3 years later, Ted Bundy on the news. Face, she was on a date with Ted Bundy before he had committed any murders.
All right, so here's where it gets practical. Test this in real time. Next time someone makes you a promise, check your breath. Do you inhale easily, chest wide and open, or does it tighten, pull it in like you brace against impact? If the chest closes, pause before you sign your trust over. This isn't a rule book, it's an experiment with your own body as a teacher. So I want to know in the comment section, when was a time that you trust your gut instinct and it worked out for the better? I want to know it. If you even write an essay, hey, write it down there anyways. I'm still interested in it. And y'all know what to do for me, man. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, yada, blah. Y'all know what it is. Don't be stuck and done forever. Let's learn to grow together. It's Hef.